batches.
Okay.
What was I, 6? Well, actually, it doesn't really matter. You know, put them in a circle.
And how do you know if they're cooked?
We'll see. We're gonna monitor this very carefully. And the big question is here: how long do they have to be deep fried? You see, I take a piece here. It's white.
Right.
I put it back in there.
Right.
At some point, they're gonna start getting golden crisp, and that's why we don't want to make the pieces too big. If they're too large, they're gonna be crisp outside. They're not gonna be cooked inside. You want it to be small enough and even enough. You want the pieces to be even enough so when you put them in, it's not too much of a headache.
Right.
And that's it.
Smells good, man.
It starts to smell good. When you take them out, they're golden crisp. If you actually let it cool a little bit and you eat it, it's supposed to taste good. It's gonna have a little bit of a crispy layer outside. It's gonna still be tender and juicy. And at that point, 50% of I'd say 70% of the work is done. You know that you're gonna have a good meal. So now we got our little pieces here, and they're not too white. You see, it's just a little bit. Okay, you see, for example, this side here, this is okay. This side, just a little bit more. Now this piece is okay here, so we can start to take them out. And don't wait for them to be too brown. They're gonna get a bit more golden once they're out, anyways. So I think this is just about a good time. So this is also, again, this is why you want to have a really crappy or dirty T-shirt on, and because if you were here, you could smell this, and then you could sort of understand how this is going to affect your chances of finding a girlfriend if you just walk out of the kitchen smelling like that. And yeah, pretty much.
So they're cooked when they change color? Or?
When they change color, when they start being a little bit, once they start being a bit golden like that, and then don't wait for them to be too crisp, because once they're gonna go out, they're still gonna cook a little bit more. They're gonna oxidize a little bit, and then the color is gonna go a little bit darker. So just before they're too brown, you take them out, and you'll see, you let them sit here for 1 minute, and they're gonna reach the color that you want. And here we go for the second batch. 1, 2, and 3. You see, when you take them out, it's this color. When you leave it in air a little bit, it's gonna get that color. That's just perfect. That's fine. So we start taking out our pieces. Usually, you let it cool down, and then you just put it in a bowl.
You're gonna recycle that oil like Chinatown?
You grew up, give me more. If like me, you grew up with an ethnic mother, then they would tell you not to waste anything. So we got our oil out. Like I said, we're gonna let it decant, and then we're gonna, the top part, we're gonna reuse it. And then this here, we're just sort of wiping off. Careful, the thing is still hot, so we're just getting some.
Is this too dirty? Like the wok? Don't you need to clean it with detergent or anything?
No, you don't. We're gonna fry anyways in here.
Okay.
And I mean, we're gonna put oil again in here. So I mean, this is.
So just wipe it off.
Yeah, it's pretty clean. This looks decent. And we're gonna put it back on, put the fire back on, and we're good for round 2.
Okay.
Use a wooden spoon, please.
Why?
It's just easier. If you can't use plastic, it's just gonna melt. And if you use metal, it's just gonna scrape the Teflon off.
Okay.
It's just gonna damage your pan.
Okay.
You got your thing. It's well oxygenated now. It's had time to react with air. If you smell it, all the flavors are, they're coming out. You see, it's pretty. You can smell it. And there we go. You got the hot oil, and you put it in there.
Oh wow.
So.
What's that, man?
We're just sort of tossing it in a little bit. What you're gonna do, usually I make a little bit of a space here.
Okay.
There you go. And then our famous sauce, by now it's had the time to settle a little bit, and then we're just going to go and putting in here. There you go. Okay.
You sure that's not your Valentine?
I'm pretty sure it's not my Valentine. Okay, so there you go. Okay, I want to be very specific about this. This is important, and you need to be looking at this also. I'm putting in here, it's very liquid. Very, very liquid. There's sugar in there.
Right. And
there's hoisin sauce. The hoisin sauce has sugar also.
Okay.
At some point, bubbles are going to start to come out.
Okay.
And this whole thing's going to start caramelizing.
Okay.
And it starts to get thick.
Right.
Okay. At that point, you want to toss your chicken in. Not before, because right now, you still got the vinegar in. It's very liquid.
So you toss it in.
Fucking get off the chicken. So, you put it in. You're going to see the bubbles. You're going to smell the vinegar. It's not done yet.
Not done yet.
You keep tossing it. Keep moving it. Swing it from side to side.
Right.
And then you see it's starting to get a little bit thicker here. There you go.
It's more viscous now, eh?
Yeah, there you go. You see it's not as liquid as it was.
It's getting thicker.
It's getting thicker. So we're getting close.
Right.
And you don't want to overshoot that point, because if you overshoot that point, then you just burn your sugar, you burn your sauce, and that's no good. So you want to be careful.
That's the exact point.
It sounds a little bit complicated. Really, it isn't that much. A lot of it is common sense. When you see that it starts getting syrupy, then you're pretty good to go.
Right. Syrupy is the key word.
Basically.
Yes, it's getting thick.
As you go from side to side, and we got more guests.
Oh, is that your Valentine?
Nah, it's not my Valentine. Are you my Valentine?
Yes, I am!
Oh, yeah!
Oh, wow, yes! Guys, Valentine!
So I got my Valentine. I got someone with who to share this. Okay, go back to the sauce, You see it's getting thick now? It's getting thick. It's getting thick, and then we're going to put the chicken in. There we go. I can stress again, put the paper towels. It sucks a little bit of the fat out. It's not too oily, and that's what you want. Okay, if I would leave this for another 10 minutes, another 5 minutes, it would get, it starts burning.
So this is the exact point where you pour it in?
This is the point. You put him in, there you go, and then plate out. It's gonna be enough, don't worry. Don't worry. We're serving it with white rice. We're gonna do like restaurants. Go.
Okay.
Okay, so it's pretty well covered. We're gonna let it go a little bit more.
Make it. Oh wow. It's gonna go for it.
Okay, I'm doing this a bit for show. Really be careful. If you're not careful, you don't want to get some hot oil / sugar syrup, on your face, because it really, I can assure you, it really burns. It really burns. Okay, having molten sugar on your face is worse than having hot oil on your face. You can cut.
That's pretty good, man. Oh, this is pretty good.
So we got the fire out, and this is starting to look pretty good. Starting to smell pretty good, and that's it. We're just gonna pour it. There you go. And you want to pour it. There you go. And that's it. Voila. And this is our plate. It doesn't look like much. You're probably right. There's not enough for a family of 6 or whatnot. But you serve it with white rice. You don't want to, if you have rice at hand, don't use Uncle Ben's with like spices or anything. You want the rice to be as white as possible. Don't fry it, as tasteless as possible. This is already fried. It's got a lot of spices in it. It's got a very strong flavor. So you want to have really the white rice on the side that's just going to go and counterbalance it. If you go and serve some rice with pesto or whatever, it's just going to be an orgy of flavor. And we got a bunch of people, so you've been waiting for this.
Oh my
so you
god,
can
that is amazing!
This is actually the greatest thing I've ever eaten in my entire life.
And how about you?
It's alright.
Is that acceptable?
Some people are more minimalist than others, so I don't know.
No,
maybe,
that really is amazing.
Maybe he's just bursting in joy inside.
Okay, I'm gonna steal.
Actually, you haven't eaten it yet, so go for it. And there you go. So enjoying General Tao chicken with friends.
Oh.
And then, actually, this is not even my place. I just sort of showed up, and I don't know if you can find some people here. And is Pascal here? Okay. So we just want to thank you. Sorry for putting up with all this commotion. And thank you very much. Okay, don't feel the room.
That's okay.
Okay, thank you. All right. So now, we just sit down and enjoy, and that's it. Get some alcohol out, the white rice, sit down, and happy Valentine's, or happy whatever day, it is that you're watching this. And so thank you very much, and God bless you.